All right. With the rise of the internet over the last decade, online shopping has become a staple in daily American lives. According to Statista, 227.5 million Americans shop online, which accounts for 69% of the entire country's population. Online shopping caters to all sections of the market, reaching a wide variety of internet users, leaving conventional businesses unable to keep up with the growing popularity of these sites. Many of these physical retailers also do not have the resources to compete, thus rendering their business another victim to the titans of online retail. So my question was, to what extent has online shopping hurt brick and mortar retail in America? And the answer to that question is it has hurt that retail to the extent of hurting business by forcing customers to go and online and forcing companies into going online. So the first way that it has been affected is by taking away potential customers. In his article, Chen details that on average, Americans watch 23 minutes of Netflix every day. And what this shows is that Netflix has hurt businesses, physical movie businesses such as Blockbuster and movie theaters by encouraging its users to watch movies exclusively at home. And with these theaters and movie stores not having the same convenience as Netflix, they have no competition against it and other streaming services. And in the graph, you can see the international revenue compared to American revenue of Netflix. And on that note, Nakhat and Rajani found in their research that the subjects of their research like to and preferred specifically to get products online for its convenience factor. It is seen that these people often want to shop online purely because of that, which renders conventional stores helpless as this convenience factor cannot be replicated in physical businesses. Many of these retail businesses also cannot keep up with the plethora of constant innovations being introduced in the online world, which brings an unfair business advantage to these online retailers. In describing the stock market trends, Kate Rooney of CNBC stated that in February of 2019, online stores had overtaken its offline sales in the general merchandising section of the stock market. And what this data makes clear is that these online retailers have harmed brick and mortar businesses as the money of the people is now clearly going online. And with these people preferring online, physical stores will not be able to support their employees in the foreseeable future because of this. Another way in which online shopping has affected these retailers is by forcing them to transition online. Foer writes in his paper on Jeff Bezos that Nike had resisted putting their products on Amazon, but eventually had to make their own e-commerce website in order to be relevant at all. And a lot of smaller companies do not have the resources necessary that Nike has to transition online, which would make their business irrelevant. Michael Ellis, in his piece, says that fashion retailers who have already transitioned online have seen huge success in their numbers. And again, it is seen that companies who need business are going to have to switch online in order to have high sales or sales at all. If these companies were to stay offline, this would keep them from getting their products to a lot of online users, as well as users and consumers who do not have access to their physical stores. He continues to say that the prices were very consistent with omni-channel merchants. An omni-channel merchant is a merchant who works both online and offline. And what these statistics do is it'll motivate other companies to move online. But the companies with little budget to switch, again, are going to have no alternative ways to increase their profit. So in order to save these brick and mortar businesses, we're going to need a lot of shift and focus to these businesses. And with a lot of them not having the money to spend on transitioning online, we're going to have certain campaigns run, maybe by governments or private businesses in order to encourage people and the public to support smaller businesses and local businesses who are online. If we don't do this, then these businesses might be lost forever and the transition online will be fully complete. Thank you.
All right, I have a couple questions for you.
Yes.
Let's talk about your sources that you used. How do you know that they were valid and reliable sources?
Well, a lot of the sources that I used were very reputable because in the past, they've been shown to not show signs of any biases. And the sources from that they use are all real world examples. And if not real world, they come from other reputable sources.
Okay, and my second question, if you were to do more research or had more time and could do more research, what additional things would you look into?
Well, I would maybe look more into Amazon as a specific company, as they seem to be the biggest node in the online world, and they seem to almost have a monopoly entirely. Not quite, but almost an entire monopoly on online businesses. And I would look further into maybe what they're doing and the effects that they specifically have on smaller businesses, and maybe even how they might be helping smaller businesses, as a lot of businesses put their products on Amazon.